Good morning. Welcome. Risk On, episode 53, sponsored by FOMO, best trading app in the game. Go download it today. Promo code Risk On, 10% off all your trading fees. Guys, we are now gave back every penny we made from last week, so we're down, still down 7. I think we're down 70% now. So we're doing good, but we're gonna keep fighting. Big day today. How is everyone? We have a lot to talk about, actually.
Yeah. Rough day in the markets. I'm surprised. Yeah, surprised with. Unfortunately, not excited right now. It seems like we're on the cusp of it just getting worse. I feel like the market hasn't priced in what Trump is saying, which is usually correct. For anyone who missed, it seems like he said some crazy shit a few hours ago. I don't know if Henry's got that one to hand, but he said some crazy shit that is it would take us substantially lower. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it will probably will. However, now we have a complete and total regime change where different and smarter and less radicalized minds prevail. Maybe something revolutionary, wonderful can happen. Who knows? By revolutionary wonderful, he means wiping out a whole civilization. And he says we'll find out tonight. One of the most important moments in a long and complex history of the world. On the back of this tweet, you would expect the markets to be down only. The market is only down 1%. Is that troubling? Perhaps. Is that bullish? Also, perhaps. Not to send mixed signals here, folks, but I think the world's on the brink of collapse. It seems not to be a big bear tard, but we don't seem in the best spot at all. Solana has been infested by North Koreans. I just don't know where to go from here.
You seem depressed this morning.
You sound very optimistic today.
I know. I mean, it's like every day. I'm like expecting lower. Like I'm fully expecting lower. And to be honest, I want lower, and the market's not giving it to me. And it's like, what's gonna have to budge? Is this guy gonna have to set off a fucking nuke to get prices lower? Not that's the only thing I'm looking at. Obviously, there's a lot more implications, but. What the fuck? Like, I feel like we've been in this state of limbo for a while. We've been in this range for a while, and it's like something's got to budge.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I wasn't here on Friday. I caught some bits and pieces, but the last I heard, I was on a beach in Mexico, and I was told that
picture.
Yeah, I was told that while you guys were streaming, and I was told, hey, market's in a good spot. Trump said we're headed towards a ceasefire, so I logged off. I said, cool, things are good. And then I came back on this morning here, and it doesn't seem like things are so good. Seems like you guys might have steered me wrong a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Well, at the same time, prices are exactly where they have been for like a month now.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah. So my favorite thing was last night or yesterday morning, I logged in and there were tons of dudes calling bottom on crypto Twitter yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that at all.
As you do. Yeah. I saw a lot of that.
Bitcoin went from 67 to like 68 to 70, and I was seeing like anime posted pictures of bottom, like quote tweets of like call.
We love the anime on crypto Twitter, right? You gotta.
That's big.
And I was just like thinking to myself, I was like, this is why we can't have nice things. We got guys calling it, what is a 2,000 move from 68K? 0.3% move.
And they're calling
a 3% move, and they're calling it bottom, saying crypto bottomed first, and all this stuff. Meanwhile, Trump wakes up this morning and says, "You know what? I'm gonna wipe everyone off the face of the earth." On Easter Sunday, guys are calling bottoms.
It's so funny though. It's like
come on, guys.
It's kind of funny, like when you're really in the depths of these bear markets, as we are in crypto right now, like. The positive value add of like zooming out, or even not zooming out, like checking out. Like I am the least tapped into the market I've been in quite a long time, and it not only does it save you stress, but it's like man, uh, we're so used to the, like in bull market conditions, if you're checked out, you miss something. If you don't get into something, you have this fear of, this feeling of FOMO. And it's like a lot of times, like then the move is to lock back in and try to figure out where we are and respond to that as quickly as you can. Whereas here it's like, yeah, like some people can be saying everything's great, we've bottomed, and they get really excited over this move. I'm checked out and I'm like, oh, it doesn't really look like anything significant's happened either way. And then all of a sudden, you've got some crazy geopolitical event happens. Those same people are panicking. We're going down to Bitcoin's going to 30K, whatever. And it's like, I look at it, oh no, it actually looked like nothing happened. Like it's just crazy. It's how you have to code switch your brain, because as soon as we are in a bull market, like you'll have that psychology reverse where like the things that rewarded you will punish you. Whereas right now, the things that we used to think punished us rewarded us. Like it's good to not be chronically online right now for your mental health, for your financial health, all this stuff. But it's really crazy. Once you make the adjustment and then you see other people haven't, you realize you're just operating in different worlds almost,
Yeah.
Well, you've been there for months, longer than we were.
I've been there for months, but I haven't fully checked out until the last, probably like January or December. I like fully, like pretty much clocked out of everything. And my mental health is great. I've been like bricking my phone, so I turn off all of my apps all the time. And I'm like rejuvenating my brain. Dude, we are like, during a bull market, you become like mentally ill. Like chronically online, your versions of like the world are altered. You can't relate to anybody in real life, and you realize you need to like kind of heal from that for a little bit, I think. And bear markets, like, thank goodness we have them, because like I think it's really important to kind of reset, not just from like a trading point of view, but just like from a well-being point of view. But I also think that it will allow us to come back stronger whenever markets do change.
Poorer but happier and healthier.
Poorer but happier and healthier. My favorite thing though about these guys calling bottom, Henry, if you can pull up this graphic, Warren Buffett has been stacking cash. Look at his war chest.
Not a good sign.
He's not deploying this stuff. He's just waiting. He's chilling. He can wait forever. And here we are on crypto Twitter calling bottoms left and right, saying we're back, it's time to deploy. When the greatest trader of our generation, greatest investor of our generation is just saying, you know what, I'm just going to wait.
Crypto Twitter loves the anime knee slide hype post on a 2% move. Everyone loves
It's
that.
the best.
Classic. I think I've done that before.
You definitely have. Do you guys remember?
Yeah.
I went to check in on an old friend of ours who might not be our friend anymore because of what I'm about to describe. I think this was 4 months ago, December or so, when people, I think we're at like 90K, 95K, and it was still debatable, like, is it over? It's not over. Like, doomers are mid-curves. They're idiots. And we went, and we used to do this segment, which we need to do again. Just then, I think all the KOLs died. We did our KOL of the week segment, and we put 2 minutes straight of Apewood posts up of him just bull posting at 95K. And you just basically, like, we got like on Sunday on crypto Twitter was just a bunch of Apewood wannabes bull posting, and it's
the double-edged sword of man, like it's just I'm looking at this Warren Buffett, the Berkshire war chest, and it's like the ADHD generation that we are. Like, we have to like have a new opinion or new bias like every few minutes or whatever. And like I said, it was like rewarding when there was like stuff happening every day. But the market's so dull right now. It's like we want to be able to shift our positioning or have a new take on something every day. And Trump does his best to give us stuff to like have some stimulus to respond to. But like this is right here is like an example of, man, like nothing's happening. Just build up your cash, be ready. But like this, they might not deploy anything for months. It might not be time for months. Hope that's not the case. But patience and discipline is a simple concept and a very difficult thing to execute.
Yeah, patience is something I'm struggling with right now. It's just, like I said, we've been in this range for a while. I was kind of hoping the range breaks either side this week, and we just don't really seem to be moving. I think a lot of people longed the 70K breakout and are now caught in this wind, to say the least.
70K breakout. Our quant Pingu said 76 is the only level to care about.
76 is probably the only level to care about, but people are on the 5-minute time frame.
So, but and that'll and it's almost like the more that happens, now we see the flip side of it again on the other side, where now they're gonna flip really bearish because we didn't break out there, but we're still kind of chilling at 67, 68K, and it's like, well, on the flip side, the only thing to really react to would be what, like 60K, 59K. I don't know if there's like another critical level before that, really. So it's like, who knows? Maybe we get there, maybe we don't. But like, it's hard to react much if we don't. It's a pretty wide range right now. So hard to like see anything happening within the margins of that and say now we have some signal on what we should do from here.
Solana seems to be like on the cusp as well. Solana's been sat at like $80 for a while, and $80 has been tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, nearly 10 times now, and it's like it's a matter of time before this probably breaks. Yeah.
Well, that's the question, right? It's like I think the longer that level holds, the better, but at the same time, you don't bid that level. Like you don't bid that because at some point it could break, it could be nasty. But if it does hold it longer and then you break higher, I don't know what the technicals are on Sol, but like you get a higher point and it breaks the other way, that could be a violent break upwards. But you can't bid anything there until you like have some certainty that it's moving away from that direction. So
what Solana price would interest you guys in a deep bear market? Like what price would you be like, okay, I'm willing to deploy a lot of capital into Solana right here? I know I have my price in mind, but what do you guys think?
Meaningfully lower than this.
Yeah, I'm thinking $50. I think $50.
Yeah, I think it would have to be a number. Some of my best trades are when I like am not paying attention and the way I see the market's bad and I look at it and I look at an equity or a coin and I'm like, holy shit, this is this cheap. Like this happened to me with Meta, I think like a year ago. It was trading at like 440 or something, and I was like, why is Meta so fucking cheap? And I just bought a bunch of it and it went up a ton. But like I feel like I'm just gonna sit on my hands and do nothing until I see Solana at a price where I'm just like, holy shit, like I can't not buy this. And I think you're right. It has to start with a 5, and I think I have to do the same thing for everything right now. And I think like in the motto of Warren Buffett, just like doing fucking nothing. Just be patient. I have an opinion that we're going lower, and I've had that opinion for almost 8 months now, and we're almost there. And to not see that through would be a disservice for myself.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't say I'm the same as Wood, where like I don't have an opinion that we're going lower. I've sort of now kind of wired myself like I don't have an opinion that we're going lower. I don't have an opinion that we're going higher. I'm just kind of like waiting and looking for something tangible. But like if there's been any lesson for me through the start of this bear market or now thinking back to like past bear markets, the lesson for me to operate in a bear market is like obviously patience, discipline, but like placing stink bids that you don't think are going to get hit. And I feel like whether that's even on a shorter time horizon, if you're perps trading, or if you're looking at like where my comfortable spot long-term holds would be, it's like, man, like yes, you miss out on some upside if they don't hit, but you're not losing anything versus like the reality is like we've seen time and time again, these things can and will go lower than you think in your mind when you're looking at the chart that they can. And so the risk reward is like, yeah, I'm going to place these bids or keep an eye on when that happens. And it gets to the same thing of what Wood is saying, which is like, I'm probably only buying if it's significantly lower to the point where it's like, man, that is disgusting. It looks like it can never come back type low. With the exception of, if you have, there's certain narratives that are going, I think like Tao and Zek are a little bit different right now on the short term side. But like overall, I would say like, yeah, like, Bitcoin, Sol, like I will place bids significantly lower or higher. Like I would be okay. I would be more comfortable buying Sol at like $96 than I would be
here.
buying it at $70 right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get that. It's another chart that does look really good at the moment. It's the only chart up really today is Zcash. Big privacy guys in the win. I don't know if there's any news there. What as a privacy guy I've missed. But yeah, it seems to be the only chart nearly green. That and XPL on my watch list. It's kind of just, oh man.
I do have
down my
FOMO
trading
on
view, I'm
Zcash.
just like, oh Jesus Christ. You have FOMO
I do
on
have
Zec?
FOMO on Zcash. Yeah, because it's one of my favorite narratives out there. I really do believe in it fundamentally. I like it a lot. But I've played around with it and been in and out too much where I have my clear lines in the sand right now of like, again, stink bid only if I get a deep value area. Am I going to do it? Or I've had $280 circled for a while. Like if it meaningfully clears $280 and holds it, then I'm interested in maybe bidding some. I would rather probably have the deep value bid lower, but I can't chase it right now because I've chased things too many times and we're in bear market territory here.
Yeah. Danger close to 280. Danger close.
Yeah, but I would need to see it really like establish above 280. Not like, oh, it wicked above, I'm going to buy now. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. One thing I do want to go back to, and I know we've talked a lot about this stuff with Iran, but do you guys think anything's going to happen tonight? Or do we think it's just nothing? We think it's just absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I think it's a nothing burger. Anytime anyone thinks, like when everyone's like, oh my God, this is going to happen, never ends up happening. So
yeah,
my expectations for this is nothing different. Honestly, I kind of hope I'm wrong, and maybe we get this big peace deal or ceasefire or whatever. Maybe Trump's just saying that so he can stack his longs, before he announces the big reveal.
So, even if there is a peace deal, we've seen this happen multiple times with Iran and Israel. It's like that is probably temporary, right? So, it's hard to even overreact to that. If it happens, sure, the markets will pump for a few hours, but they probably retrace. It probably ends up getting muddy again. I mean, I'm just hoping nothing really catastrophic happens for the world, but it's tough to play that market.
Something I thought was interesting, this guy, I know I've pulled up his tweets a while. I like this guy a lot. Chumbo Wamba said, my quant told me to study dollar auction theory. Don't know. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
Dollar auction theory.
Dollar auction theory.
It's basically a game theory paradox. It says how we start in a rational place and it leads to an irrational place through a series of escalation commitment. So you're like the example, I'll pull it up here. You're trying to buy $1. Both the highest and second bidders must pay their final bids. So your incentive for bidding is to avoid losses, not to win. And I feel like we're almost getting there here. If that makes sense.
I see.
In terms of what? You're like saying where bear market prices are? Or
no, for the war and how bad things can get, how people aren't underestimating how much worse it can get.
This is what I'm thinking. This is what, maybe I'm just being a beartard, but this is what I really think people underestimate how. And it's like, this is what makes me question, am I being a fucking idiot here? Because there's clearly buyers of Bitcoin. There's clearly significant buyers of Bitcoin here, keeping price above 65, 68 right now. Like, am I just being a beartard? Am I overlooking, like, should I be buying here? This is the conflict. Because price is relatively strong. If you're being objective against stocks right now, like stocks are putting some pretty big moves to the downside. And the argument can be made that, Bitcoin's showing some resilience here, even though it did front run the downside. Let's not get that wrong. But this is the conflict I'm in right now.
Well, that's the thing, Sats, is like there are a lot of like pretty strong indicators that would suggest like, hey, a lot of the selling has been done. Tons of selling has been done. And, if you look at like the RSI, I read something this morning, like the Bitcoin RSI is at the same levels right now as the 2022 bear market bottom. There's, a bunch of other, I don't know if you're an EMAs guy, all this, like there's a lot of information that would suggest, hey, like we are at or near a bottom or should be. But the thing is, it's like, how do you factor in like a global war and like, news headlines that are talking about nuclear bombs and all this stuff? Like that stuff is just, you throw that in and that's a curveball. You could say, hey, that stuff doesn't matter and the market does what it does based on the technicals, but how can you confidently say that when there's potentially unprecedented things happening from a geopolitical lens. Like, I think it's fair that you don't know what's going on. Like, anyone who really confidently says they know what's happening right now, block them. Like, that's insane to speak with a level of confidence about, unless this is like, Donald Trump's like therapist who's coming out and is gonna, give the tea, spill the beans on like what's actually going on in that dude's brain. Like, come on, man, you can't confidently say what's gonna happen here.
Donnie's too busy out there describing his first experience having gay butt sex live at press conferences.
I can't believe we're talking about this, but this is the video I thought Sats was pulling up.
They came in so fast and so hard, and these guys knew exactly what to. Let's go, come on, get in, let's go. Blah. They came one right after another, not at the same time. Crazy. They don't want to come at the same time. They had to come right after each other. They didn't have any room. They came in.
Didn't have any room.
That's 31 million views since.
That's all that's going on in Trump's brain
since yesterday.
That is crazy. I tell you, the only people that are, you just said block anyone on the timeline who doesn't have a clue. The only people who have a clue what they're talking about right now, the Citrini analysts, the guys in the Strait.
They actually know what's going on, huh?
Yeah, they know what's going on. They are tapped in. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with this this story, what's going on, but for those who don't know, there's an investment fund, and they have 3 analysts deployed in the Strait right now. They knew they were seeing the same headlines as us. It was a bit misleading, so their thought was, deploy the analysts, send them to the Strait. Get them to record. That we have analysts on boats recording blown up vessels. That is commitment to the market. And I did see our good friend of the show, call out them saying,
so
maybe.
Good.
Yeah, he was like, maybe what trades have these guys taken off the back of this news? And they did actually respond to his tweet saying, we've actually took some pretty profitable trades off the back of the news here, what these analysts have gained. But that's who you're competing against in the market right now. You're competing.
I didn't see any of this. So there's actually 3, like they said, they have 3 people that are there in Iran, like.
Yes.
Just like what exactly are they doing? They're like counting the boats that go through the Strait,
yes. So when Trump claims it's open, they're confirming. They go, guys, Trump's saying it's open, but we haven't seen a ship in 10 hours. This guy's bullshitting. And when it's open, they're seeing the ships fly by, and they're also just like these analysts are on boats. They're on boats in the Strait, literally danger close to missiles. That's what you do for the trade, guys.
Guys, what would it take for you to go to the fucking Strait of Hormuz right now?
Bro, if this sounds crazy, but it's one way you're like, fuck, that would be a great story to tell my grandkids. I would go to the Strait, record some boats, maybe.
Bro, you won't have grandkids to tell a story to.
I will fly you to the Strait tomorrow and give you 15K of cash and anything else you want. If you can go there, I will anything. I will pay you anything. If you're serious about doing this, Risk On Pod goes to the Strait. I will send you. I will pay for you to go.
That would be fucking crazy. I've got to get into Iran. That might be a problem, but I think we could make it. And that would be crazy. And if it's hard to say. If I was an analyst at Citrini and he came to me like my VP comes to me, look, I've got a one-way ticket for you. You're going to the Strait. I would say, you know what? Fuck it. Let's run the Strait.
You're so full of shit. There's no way. There's no way. It's coming from the guy who fled Dubai over a couple of little missiles. Saying he's going to go to the Strait of Hormuz.
I want to know the engagement these guys got on X. I don't know how many.
Millions and millions.
Well, because I'm like, man, I got to be honest. It's a bear market right now. I'm doing the math. If we sent Sats to the Strait, man, we might only get a few thousand views on that.
Would that be
I don't even know if people will notice.
Yeah. Get like 3K likes and I'll just like lose a leg or something. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's a bad trade-off.
We might get a new $500 sponsor out of that.
Yeah. We'll put the badges on and not get paid.
I will say one thing. Ansem is hosting a space right now, and Risk On Pod has more viewers. So we got that going for us, guys.
Really?
We got that going for us today.
Don't have to go to the Strait yet.
Don't have to go to the Strait yet.
Screenshot it because this dude just started the stream like 2 minutes ago. So
I did. I sent it.
Screenshot it, and now it's a fact. No matter what happens.
I did that. Oh, yeah. We're actually gaining on him.
I actually saw someone say Ansem. All the new gen guys only know Ansem from the GIF or the Telegram.
Yeah, the boxing
Ansem
GIF.
Off a bean. And the boxing GIF and the Ansem off a bean one, and no one knows him for the whiff trade.
Well, dude, the new gen guys are absolute idiots. I didn't want to talk about this because it makes me so angry, but I got very mad when I kept seeing guys flexing like P&L cards on 50K toppers over the weekend. Mm-hmm. This new gen of people are just absolute idiots. I mean, they're not. They're whatever. They're playing the game, but they're absolute idiots. They're killing the game that I love and that us old guys like invented, basically. And they're smearing it and ruining it. And I don't know.
Well, the game's been dead, my man.
Game's been dead.
Game's been dead.
There's a big argument over tooling right now, and I went back and I found a really bit like I was, bear posting the trenches like 9 months ago. Funny how I now work for a launchpad, but I was perma bear posting the trenches and saying how tooling has become so crazy and how it started off with wallet tracking and now we're just in some. I don't even know what we're at now. We're in the final stage of tooling where it's just so advanced. It's come so far, and there's a big argument in the trenches now. And the trenches is a very, very small place on CT now. But it's just a shambles. It's a shambles.
It's a shambles, and you got people still longing pump fun. I saw two guys with two prominent accounts long pump fun yesterday, and I was like, for what? I don't understand it.
Was
it
one
makes
of them
no
Big
sense
Dudas?
to me. One of Big Dudas. No, it wasn't Big Dudas. Big Dudas did say that he was done defending them, though, and that he was just going to let the buybacks do the talking. And the buybacks are talking because the chart's going straight down, which is showing that
they're shouting.
They're talking in the other direction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't get it. Anyways, that just made me angry, so I wanted to touch on that quickly. The other thing I did want to talk about and go back to this, though, because I think this is an interesting topic that you mentioned at the beginning of the show, Seth, is North Koreans just infiltrating DeFi protocols everywhere. With Drift most recently coming out saying that it was a social engineering hack. They were approached by an investment firm who wanted to get onto the Drift network, and it just ended up being a bunch of North Koreans.
That is crazy, and they met them in real life. I'm
That's
not
in
sure
real
how
life.
how many people followed this story who are listening, but so basically the Koreans or these North Korean guys, this was a social engineering thing where they met them in real life. They basically done everything there is to do. They went to events. They built this whole network. They built a product that works, just to manipulate these guys, and it worked. They pulled it off.
Wait, so they really, because they said that they were like a trading firm or something like that.
Yeah.
They actually built a trading product and like showed everything they were doing. So like it was basically like real up to the point that they did a bunch of work to pass as not even like online in person, pass as a legitimate trading firm.
They were giving demos in person.
They built an actual trading prop firm.
Yes, yeah, with $1 million in capital, just to infiltrate the drift guys. And then
so that's like a 250x return, huh?
That's a big return. That's pretty good for the Koreans. And then I just sent this one to Henry if he can bring that one up. There was a stable on Solana. I actually don't know these guys, but the team learned today that the former CTO was flagged as DPRK. DPRK is the Koreans, is the North Koreans, if anyone wasn't aware. But it seems like these guys are everywhere in the industry.
Wait, sorry. He was the CTO of what?
He was the CTO of this product, Stable or Stabal. They're a DEX basically, and the former CTO. They seem pretty big actually. Like I've got a lot of mutuals with them. They got over 100K on Twitter. I actually haven't heard of them, but yeah, the ex CTO was Korean. So this begs the question: how many guys in crypto are just all North Koreans? Is Wood a Korean infiltrate? Are we being socially engineered by Wood?
He still hasn't gone on face cam, so it's possible.
Could be.
Exactly. Yeah, it could be a reason for that. Could be a mass surveillance operation on us. But no, it's fucking crazy. This is absolutely insane. How many times are we going to see this? These guys can't keep on getting away with it.
I mean, they can.
They can. Yeah, that's the worst.
They can, and they will.
They will.
I mean, they are literally they are incentivized to do this because they have no way to get cash anywhere else. Like us degenerates are just funding the North Koreans.
Yeah, crazy.
The North Korean hackers have been far and away the best bear market builders of this
They're so
cycle.
good.
Yeah,
they're good. They're really good.
I think it goes the North Korean
effective.
hackers and then Ben Pasternak are the two biggest winners of the bull market.
Guys, did you see the big news on Pasternak?
Him and Eve are out, or whatever her name is.
Yeah,
Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn. They're done, guys. They're gone.
Evelyn left them.
Big bear market news. Big risk on news.
Seth, you gonna go in there for Evelyn?
No.
Is that for you?
Yeah, no, I think a streamer has already made his move. Jason the Ween famously lost a lot of money on Believe. And on the Believe Pasternak ecosystem, his revenge was taking his girl. Devastating for Ben. Big for Avi. I don't know if you guys friended the show now, Avi. Don't know if you guys saw Avi's tweet underneath that tweet. And
No.
he was DMing Evelyn. Very loud thing for Avi to do. He's an interesting character, man. I gotta say, he's a crazy ass founder. You wouldn't see many people just raise the big round. He's under the tweet DMing Evelyn.
he said, "I'm going to DM Evelyn."
No, he DM'd her, took a screenshot of the DM, and then put it under the tweet. Even better.
He doesn't have a filter. He what you see is what you get.
Yeah, literally.
Did you guys? Oh man, I'm trying to find this fucking tweet. I can't find it. Frank posted a tweet yesterday that said if crypto rips, probably lots of J curves on chain, which is just like no shit.
What does J curves even mean?
I don't fucking know. But the first tweet underneath it was by some guy saying "Cled coded," and I was like, oh, "Come on, guys."
Guys. Could be Cled coded.
And it was a guy with like 20,000 followers. He's been a Cled guy for a long time. But I was thinking to myself, like, the price of Cled is fixed to the equity raises. This is not Cled coded at all. Unless I misunderstood everything we had an hour-long conversation with Avi about.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I don't think we're going to be seeing price rip to 100 mil anytime soon. But could be Cled. Could be Cled. That's a great bag work, I got to say. Any tweet that is bullish, you just put your bags and then the word coded straight after.
Yeah.
Never fails.
Coded.
Could work with anything. Like, that's how... You remember Aptos? You remember the Aptos guy?
Yeah.
And I think he said to a macro guy on CT, he was like, sidelined.
Oh, yeah.
That was the greatest tweet of all time.
Yeah,
that might be my favorite tweet.
Didn't that guy like single-handedly pump the Aptos chart like 30% or something?
And then he got hired by Aptos in the end.
No, he didn't.
Really?
Yeah. His name on Twitter is Bislamic Jihad or something like that, or it's something crazy. Yeah, and he ended up getting hired by Aptos.
Oh my god!
Off the back of the sideline tweet, and I looked the other day. I tweeted about it, but no one gave a fuck. He is still bull posting Aptos now.
Oh my! I just looked up Aptos sidelined, and the second to top tweet that comes up is from Seameister saying Buslamic Jihad single-handedly making Aptos look good here, while the rest of CT is sidelined.
Yeah. Seameister was a big Aptos guy off the heels of that.
Yeah,
he loved the shtick.
Yeah, he did.
It was a pretty good shtick.
It was a great.
It was so funny because it was so ridiculous. I forgot about that. That was so good.
Sorry, I've been derailing us this show into just complete ridiculous topics.
Yeah, I don't know how we got here. I don't know how we got here.
How we got here either.
But we're still beating Anthem though, so it's all good.
I think Anthem shut down his stream because he
couldn't compete with us.
He couldn't compete with us. He couldn't compete with us. Last thing I want to talk about before we become AI guys, because I thought this was fucking hilarious, was a guy wound down his hedge fund to go work at Plasma and is shilling that like it's a good thing. Like,
Seth, you
how
were
does
talking
your-
about plasma last week, weren't you? Seth.
I was.
Yeah. Why did you bring up plasma? Was something happening?
Because
It was
I
pumping.
yeah, no, I this is before the pump. Yeah, this is before the pump. I was really looking into to plasma because I was like, I feel like they had a bad launch. They had a lot of unlocks, but it had some potential still. I still think the product has a use case with the dark pools, and like spending on plasma makes sense compared to spending on Sol or spending on Ethereum, because you spend in private. No one can see on chain where your money is. Like plasma as a chain makes sense. There's a reason a lot of big and smart people invested. And they released their card. They released their version of a crypto card last week, and yeah, I just thought, you know what, this makes sense as a buy. I overcomplicated it by asking Claude if they had any buybacks, and what I made the devastating question to Claude: what's the token support? There was no token support. The token support never existed.
Wait, what do you mean by the token support?
So I was wondering, like, oh, what's their plan in? Do they do any buybacks with revenue? And they don't do any buybacks of revenue. They don't really do anything. It's just the token just simply exists alongside the company. There's no actually integration in the business with it. It just seems like, I don't know, like, what's the point of owning it? And that's what fudded me out. And then yeah, the chart ripped 40% in one day, literally 40% wick. No, it wicked 86% in one day.
Yeah.
But
Hang
I
on.
think a lot of that was a short squeeze.
Henry, I actually I just sent the live shot of the plasma chart into the chat. If you could pull that up.
I've just seen on my second monitor
Yeah.
what that is.
This is the plasma chart.
Yeah, no, quite literally. This is the plasma.
Can we get it up, Henry?
chart.
We'll get it up in a second.
Do
There he
you remember
goes.
when? Do you guys remember when I was a long-term plasma guy?
Holy shit, plasma's ripping.
Plaza's ripping. Let's go.
Plasma's ripping up.
Yeah, I
to the
remember
upside.
when you were a 3-year minimum plasma holder, Sats. I have many clips and memories of you telling us how long you were gonna hold plasma.
You guys
for.
see the bottom right there, where there's a
Yeah.
little touch of green? That's where Sats has insane FOMO right now.
That's where Sats FOMO
zoom in. Sats is real
Yeah.
shot at Sats is FOMO.
That face
Plasma
is just
chart.
Trump and Sats inserting himself into what?
Wait. Let me take a screenshot of the actual chart as well. Let me.
A little side by side, see how accurate they are. Because it's actually
Wait,
accurate.
Here we go. Wow, look at that fucking chart. It's been Henry, ping that bad boy up. That is fucking wow.
That's actually worse. That's worse
It's
than
worse
the
than
one
the picture.
Yeah.
I gave you.
Yeah, holy shit. They are. This was absolutely brutal, by the
The
way.
lines
This
are
was-
so faint you could barely see them because that's how much volume and liquidity there is in this chart.
Yeah. That's also the coloring on my chart. Sorry, folks.
Wait, but you unironically were feeling FOMO are you still feeling FOMO?
No, I'm not. I wasn't feeling FOMO. It was more just like I thought of the idea. I literally was gonna buy a significant amount of this, like mid 5 figures of this. I was considering just like a 6-figure punt, bear market punt, and hope for the best. And then literally 2 days later, I see it rip 86%.
Oh, so you were thinking about before it?
Yeah, before, and I literally was opening up things and like ready to buy spot on this. I had orders loaded, and I cancelled them, and I was like, oh, you know what, this is just a bad. Like, what
It
am I
is
doing? I'm
funny,
just
man,
getting
because
bored.
I feel like I have the same thing happen a lot, where it's like you get when you've been trading these markets. It's a pretty small industry, so like there's not that many things. Sometimes I feel like you get these like sensations where you're looking at something and it's like you can feel it before the narrative even hits, and you almost can sense that it's going to happen, but never do you have. It's like, man, I can't actually bid this. Like, no one is talking about.
Yeah.
No one is going to touch this thing, but you feel it, and then you're like, man, and then it does pump, and you're like, holy shit, I was right. But then that's when the FOMO sets in. You're like, damn it, I knew this. And then and then if you want to buy it, then it's like these things are so in bear markets, they're so brief, it's already over.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, that's
it's
clearly
like
what
the
happened to
story.
you there. But
Yeah, it's like if I lost on that trade, it went down another 50%. Then I have to come on here and be like, guys, I just lost 50K on plasma in the bear market. And then you guys are going to go, why the hell did you bid plasma? And I'm going to go, you know what?
No.
I don't have a fucking clue. I don't have a
you
clue.
then you'd have to go to the Strait or Hormuz. You'd have to take my offer. You'd have to
Bro, I
take
think
my
I would
money,
want to
and
go.
you'd have
Yeah, I
to
think-
go.
Yeah.
You need the money.
Should I look at flights now? No.
Sats, I had the same thing happen. You guys remember I had like a random 48-hour period where I was bullish near protocol, and I was
Yes.
like,
Big near guy.
and I don't know, it was the similar thing where I saw some stuff lining up, like Tau was getting a lot of talk, but I was like, this makes sense. They're doing all the near intents. And sure enough, like I saw it start pumping like abnormally. I did get into it, but then because I was like 24 hours late to the trade, it hit right up to, it had crazy 20% day or whatever, but I held it, and then just as quickly it retraced and I had to cut it like break even or like a 3% profit. And it was like, man, if I had done it when the sensation first happened, it's probably like a 40% trade right there. But
That's crazy in the bear.
it's a small window though. It's a very small window.
Yeah. There's only enough liquidity to pump one coin at a time, and it only works once a month. Once a month, you'll get these crazy moves on one coin, and it will straight retrace where all the holders who are underwater go, "Fuck, I'm getting out. I'm getting out of this shit up." And that happens once a week on one different coin. Every coin apart from the ones everyone owns, for very good reason. You're not going to see that on Solana. I'll tell you that.
Well, now that we're AI guys, only based on the title of this episode, what are your guys? This doesn't really impact me, but I'm imagining it impacts you guys. And I know Sats, I know you said you stopped using OpenClaw, but Anthropic cutting off third-party AI tools, in basically stopping Claude subscriptions from working with OpenClaw and other third-party AI agents. Your costs have just gone up astronomically. Like I remember at the beginning, we all kind of knew that this is all being subsidized, right? And now we're just, what's going to happen here, and like how is this sustainable going forward for people like us? I don't know. You guys tell me.
I was talking about this earlier with someone else like yesterday, and I think we're not far off having a Claude subscription, a OpenAI subscription of what will cost like $1,000 a month. And I think people will pay. I got to be honest right now, I would pay for that. I would pay for that.
1,000 covers it.
Yeah, and even then, but it's like you can charge $5,000 for this a month, and it would still be justifiable for how good it is. And that's just the reality. And I think we're a matter of time because they're realizing, how much people will pay. I think we saw with the Claude Max subscription. Yes, it's only $200, but that was deemed as crazy expensive at the time, and everyone was like, "Whoa, not buying that." But now everyone's like, "Wow, cheap as fuck, amazing." And to be fair, I haven't run out in a long time. Like there was like last week where it felt like everyone was complaining, saying like, "Oh wow, I'm getting limited loads." But now this week it seems to be back. Like I haven't had one. Like I haven't run out of credits in fucking ages. Then again, speaking that, I do have 2 memberships, both on the $200 the $200 a month plan. But yeah,
So you switched off of OpenClaw though, right? Because
completely off. Yeah,
I don't know.
I've done that ages ago when I initially spoke to you, because I was like, I feel like this is a ticking time bomb, and all my like history and my memory will just be simply deleted, and I'm better off make the move now than get caught in this. I know Swizzle's assistant, the one you had on Telegram, is now over, isn't it?
No, it's still there. It's just significantly more expensive. I'm trying to find the announcement tweet that they made about the changes on the 4th. But basically, it was, you had to change you could no longer just use the OAuth for your Claude Max subscription. So now you have to pay on a credit, a per credit usage basis. So you're truly paying for how much you're using when you're using OpenClaw. And the way Anthropic works is you're just burning through credits so fast now. So it's significantly more expensive. I need to make the switch. I have to play around with using, however the Claude plugin works, the CLI, whatever. Right now I'm so comfortable. I got in such a good rhythm using OpenClaw that I'm I'll pay a little more for a while. Yeah, this is it here. And so you basically have to just use the API now instead of for pay per use, instead of just using your subscription. The subsidy's over. But here's the interesting thing. It's like it goes so much deeper. You guys were talking about like how, sats, you can use it a bunch. People are not worried about paying the cost. A lot of this, we're just like these individuals, but the enterprise usage is crazy. Like all these, deep tech companies or the AI labs, like they literally, I was at an event this weekend with a bunch of AI engineers for like, for Meta, for Anthropic, whatever, like hanging with these guys. Like the company culture is literally like, if you aren't burning enough credits, you're not using enough tokens, then what are you doing? Like they don't care about how much it costs. They want to make sure you're playing around with this stuff and getting as good as you can be at using Claude code and all that, to the point where it's like, people are maybe on the hot seat for their jobs if they're not going through enough credits. Whereas you and I are like, damn, this is getting more expensive. Like, how much are we going to get limited? It's like, these guys have endless budgets on tokens, and they actually are like mandated to be spending a fuck ton of money as much as they can to burn tokens. They can't use enough of this. They can't be coding enough on Claude. And, so I think it's, there's definitely an adjustment from Anthropic where they're like, we're not going to subsidize this because we don't have to. This is a revenue model. Their run rate is insane. It was kind of inevitable that some of these changes were going to be made. Yeah. But it also opens the door to like, people love OpenClaw. I'm one of them. Like they love being able to localize stuff and have their own stuff. So it's like, what happens when OpenAI's next, what is it, Codex? What's their version?
Yeah,
like
Codex.
When their next model comes out and it's better, right now it doesn't really compete with Opus 4.6 from Anthropic. Like what happens when that model comes out and all of a sudden, okay, maybe that's a competitor. People go back to using OpenClaw. It's leaned into, but like then also at that point, have all these Claude integrations just gotten so good. I feel like we've had new feature releases like every few days.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just crazy. Insane.
But I think when OpenAI's like when Codex does get good, people will just use. But I know I will just use both. But I think it's a scary reality, like this getting like the increased costs, because AI was like everyone was like, oh, the cost to build now is essentially zero and anyone can do it. As this gets increasingly more expensive, that no longer becomes the case. $1,000 a month usership for the best option will price, 70, 80, 90% of people out. And just leave the people who are willing to pay $1,000 a month and the people who deem it worthy and figure out how to get enough value out of it right now.
Well, but it creates a divide, right? Because for like the average person who's using these LLMs or AI tools, like 90%, 95% of the stuff they're going to do, they don't need the newest, most advanced model. And other stuff, the older models probably get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to use. So like the average person who's all of a sudden like, hey, I'm going to, start using ChatGPT as a search engine or whatever, like I think that's going to get dirt cheap. But then it's like the gap between those who are truly using it for, an opportunity to build things they couldn't before and, like try to really juice out their output. Like that stuff is maybe going to be very, very expensive. We'll see. And they're backed by whatever company's funding them to do that work though.
Yeah, very true. And then I'm sitting there paying out of my own pocket like a mug, but
because you want the good stuff,
Yeah, because I want the good stuff, and any time a new version does come out, I will be the buyer. Unfortunately, like if Codex does come out and say, "Oh my God, we're better than Claude," I'm a buyer. I'm a consumer of that product. Unfortunately. But yeah, man, crazy reality. I think if you're not using this right now and you're not trying to play around with it, you will be behind because I don't think people understand the extent of it. I know I've said this before on the show, but yeah, I don't think people understand the extent of how far this thing can go and how actually effective it is right now. Even from 2 months ago, the levels it's come to is completely insane. Like, but yeah, Wood still got his Mac Mini in the box.
Sats, I know you've been. Yeah, the Mac Mini's still in the box, Wood, right?
Still in the box. Still in the box. Has not been open. Now it's just I'm gonna own it forever. I'm gonna use it as like a paperweight on my desk.
Sats, I know you've been coding a lot with. I assume you use Claude. I don't know if you're using. Yeah. What are like the main of all these feature releases and stuff they've done? Like, what's your main usage? What's your as someone who's listening right now? They're like, how do I really use this to help me? what is your experience like, and what are the things that people like? Give us something people should really play around with. If they were to take 2 hours today and be like, I'm going to start working on doing this.
I think the way it builds webs right now is completely insane. I know that's a feature that's been out for a while, but I've noticed in the past month it's got extremely, extremely good about recognizing what you're actually prompting and putting that into concept. And when you link it a site like now it can, I don't know how much you've been on Claude, because you've been on OpenClaw, but it can open up your own Chrome browser now, and it can be in Chrome with you. And you know, when you used to link it a site and it used to be like, oh, I can't actually read that, but now it will go on your Chrome browser. You can get a plugin and it will open up the site you're looking at, take a screenshot and look for itself. So you can send an example and be like, oh, like, take a look at this. I want my site to look like this. It will open up the site, take a screenshot of the site and be like, okay, well, I'm going to make it exactly like this. And you're going to be happy. And it fucking nails it. It nails it. You can really one prompt things at the moment, and it will one shot what you want it to do. Before it took a little bit more prompting. You have to push it in different directions. But now it's like I'm shooting one prompt and it's working. So I think, but I think as well, a lot of people waste a lot of time because it's so easy to just shit out loads of products and shit out loads of ideas. But it's about trying to hone in on one like pain point you see and just throwing everything at it instead of making 5 ideas, because I think that's where people get caught up and just say it's useless because they're not actually using it.
Right. It's almost, and when you use it that way, it's almost like a video game where it's like how many like minimum viable functionality things can I build today that I'll never actually look at again tomorrow and on. But that's still addicting. It's so fun because it's like, oh, I'm not a coder, and all of a sudden I can build this shit. Like it's cool.
You have 10 GitHub
it's
repos.
Fun. It might not do anything for you, make you any money, but it is
you
fun.
Know,
it's like the new age Fortnite.
Like, yeah, no, I think someone said that. I think it was Naval, big Zcash guy as well. But he was like, it's like the way vibe coding's come, it's like the best video game ever. And it's the most addicting video game ever because it does provide that instant dopamine hit of you literally prompt it to build something insane, and it will have you a working product within 10 minutes and something you can sink literally hours and hours and hours of time into. I haven't had it in a long time. Like I haven't had this since I used to play. Like I think a lot of people know I used to play video games a lot, and like back in the day, that was something I done when I was like 16, 17, and I done that full time pretty much. And I haven't had that feeling of wanting to stay up all night and do it until now with this. And I think that is that really says something, because I literally sit here until 5 or 6 a.m. fucking prompting Claude all night because it is just addicting. There's no other way to put it, especially when you have that first drop of revenue from something you vibe coded, and someone actually, you see users in real time and you see money, even though it might not be a lot, you see money coming in. That's fucking addicting. There's nothing else like it. But yeah, if you're not using it, start using it.
We're gonna get Wood. He's too quiet right now. We know the guy's got 3 kids to take care of, but one of these days we're gonna just pull up screen share Claude on here, and Sats and Wood are gonna do a little tutorial, and we're going to get the boomer is gonna start coding.
I think that would actually be insane. I think it would blow your mind.
No, I think it would be fun to do, and I have no doubt that I will start using it and doing it. I just have a 2-month-old baby at home.
That is valid. That's a valid excuse. I got to be honest.
It is not the time to be diving in. Plus, it's gonna all be different in a few months, anyways, right, Sats? Or am I just coping?
Yeah, no, it probably will. Like in 2 or 3 months, it will be a completely different fucking landscape, and
it's gonna get more and more user friendly for like the average person. Like it's just gonna get easier and easier for them to do it without knowing what they're doing.
Right now, I would say you do still have to have some technical knowledge to be able to get everything going. Like you do have to sit there in PowerShell. You do have to sit there in Terminal.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, and do some things yourself, but that's only to get the server side running, and get like him integrated into your GitHub and things like that. So you do have to still have a level of technical knowledge, but it's getting close.
But the beauty is, if you don't know that stuff, you can just ask Claude, and it'll tell you.
It'll teach you how to
step by step.
No, quite literally, and that is the beauty of it. Yeah.
It's absolutely incredible. Well, I'm glad that we're more than just crypto guys now, because crypto just, I don't think is cool anymore. So
Wait, before we go, look at this fucking tweet, man. Look at this. What is his name? Oh my god, I can't think of his name. He runs donate.gg now.
What is donate.gg?
Yeah, so Leap is a really nice guy. Yeah, Leap's a really nice guy. But I once donated to this donate.gg. This is not the point I'm getting to, but I donated to his donate.gg. It was I think to a cancer research thing, and I donated a decent amount of money. I got to the donate page to donate, and it took I think it took 4% fees. And I was like, a donate page to a cancer thing, and you're taking 4% fees off me. I was like, that is just crazy. But this is the tweet I was getting to. This is a 3 minutes and 51 second video of him saying why he should have pivoted to AI and gotten out of crypto, basically. And it was the most doomer post in a long time, it felt like, because it was like
times bigger than crypto.
He was basically saying
ever.
how long he spent in crypto and how much he should have pivoted. And I was like, if this isn't the bottom, then
is this worth watching? Is this like do we need to like keep this up?
Don't watch it
right
now? No, don't watch it on here. But it's something for everyone to go and watch. But it's an interesting video. It makes interesting points. But yeah, this is one of them things you see deep bear market of people just getting sick of the industry, sick of crypto.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
You got that. You got Ansem tweeting out today that he's going to get into hiking.
Is he?
What?
You know what? I was actually thinking of that as well. I was thinking of
hiking sounds
not even
nice right
joking.
now.
Yeah,
he's got something there. It's a good thesis.
I was actually, this is completely off topic, but I was about to book and go climb Kilimanjaro. In
You should
2
do
months'
that.
time. Yeah, that seems like a great bear market activity, and I want to do this thing where I try and climb as many of the 7 peaks as I can before I'm 35.
Have you watched that documentary of that guy who climbs all of them in like a month?
Yeah, what a fucking animal.
That was insane.
Yeah, what an animal. I heard only 500 people have climbed all 7 peaks, and I was like, wow, that seems like something I want to be a fucking part of. That would be a cool story.
Seth, you need to be like in really good shape to do that. Like, you need to be a freak of nature in shape to do that. You think 500 people have done that, and Stats is going to be one of them?
Well, speaking of being in good shape, Sats, I played Padel this weekend. I know you're a big Padel guy. That's probably his Kilimanjaro prep right there. The guy's
There
playing
you go,
Padel
yeah.
every
Oh,
week.
it's such a good
There you
sport.
go. Yeah, there you go, folks.
It's good.
That's the Kilimanjaro prep. You'll see me fly up the mountain in fucking no time. I'll be breaking records and shit. Everyone will be
I
like, "Who's
played
this guy?"
Padel and I was like, man, pickleball kind of sucks. Huh?
Pickleball sucks. Relative
sucks.
to... It's so much better. Pickleball is lame. It's slow. This is like a more intense. It's much
Glad you guys are bullish on this as well. Glad you guys are bullish.
Yeah,
very
I'm,
bullish on the
I'm
sport.
starting to see the vision.
It's a big sport it's a big country club sport in the Midwest. It has been for a long time.
Yeah, wait until me and Ansem start flying up mountains, and then you guys are going to be catching on, going like, "Wow, this guy's early to everything. This guy's early to." To
I think when
Padel. This
Ansem
guy's
says
early
he's
to-
getting into hiking, he wants to like go like hike up a hill in like California, not like hike Mount Kilimanjaro.
That's gay.
I thought Ansem was a top signal now. So
You know, maybe he's putting in bottoms on mountain climbing. Just
I was a mountain climber in like middle school. I climbed
you
all the big peaks in New England. Yeah.
Wow, fuck me. Maybe I need.
how
to pull
many
some tips
peaks
out
are
of
in
you.
New England, Wood? There cannot be a lot of mountains there.
Are you kidding? The White Mountains in New Hampshire, Mount Washington.
How big's that? How many meters?
It's Mount Washington.
Can we get a meter
it's one of-
check?
it's the tallest mountain east of the Mississippi.
That seems like a
Pretty big.
How big's that? I need to get a meter check.
Pretty
the last
big,
thing.
pretty big.
What is it called?
Mount Washington.
Mount Washington
Other mountains,
Height.
America. Let's look.
Heights.
It is the.
That's a 2,000 meter mountain. That's pretty weak.
Yeah.
Pretty weak.
we
That's
don't
big.
use meters here, Sats. You're gonna have to
fuck.
change
Feet,
your
big feet
vernacular.
guy.
Yeah.
Fuck guys, 6,000 feet.
I mean, I grew up out east, so I'm not like a West Coast. We didn't have these tall mountains like you guys out west might have. Whoever's from.
Wood,
out
this
west.
is like the equivalent of saying you were all state in basketball.
In
Yeah.
a state full of white
It's a
people.
different measuring stick. Yeah.
Don't, I can't help where I grew up. It's you know,
Valid.
it was what
Valid.
I was exposed. Being
Maybe
being the best of a bunch of mediocre white people at something doesn't make me any less good.
That's valid.
He was the best. He was all state in his little town, and he's also the best hiker in his family.
Best hiker flying up Mount Washington. Yeah. Record time just flying up Mount Washington. No one knows who he is. No, he's beating everyone. It's fucking crazy. That's why I'm gonna be up in Kilimanjaro.
He's actually the
Everyone's
best.
gonna be like,
He's
"Who's
the
this
best
guy?"
coder. He's the best AI coder in his household.
In my
as
household,
well.
I
Yeah.
actually am.
Yeah,
That's big. That's big. Not the only.
he hasn't
podcaster,
unboxed the Mac Mini, but no one else in the family even has a Mac Mini.
Bought the
So
Yeah, ahead of the fucking curve. Ahead of the curve. Yeah, not the only one with a podcast in the household though. Not the only one.
No, I'm not anymore. I'm not anymore. My wife saw how successful us unemployed podcasters were and was like, I gotta have that. I gotta be able to tell everybody that I'm an unemployed podcaster too.
It's real fucking shit. I don't blame her. She's living her best life. She's living the life many dreamed for. There you go.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up here. We'll be back. What day is today? Tuesday. So we'll be back Friday, 12 o'clock, doing more AI stuff. And if there is any crypto stuff to talk about, we'll do that too. In the meantime, go try to trade with me on FOMO. Download it today. And we will be back Friday at noon. Thanks, guys.